Alright guys, welcome back. So the new support was announced yesterday. Oh my god. I was super excited because I was like thinking to myself like, damn, this is gonna be huge because basically this guy is gonna replace Jet in a way, right? Because if assuming you foolish it with it, this is gonna be just the first iteration of the deck. Like this, there's just so many things to explore, like chaos variants. Dragon, more focus on dragon type engines like Dark Worm, and it's and then having some emphasis on Stardust Trail where you utilize its tribute effect, because like if whenever you tribute, you can trigger this and summon it, right? So like if you tribute Assault Sentinel, you trigger it. You tribute Lone Fire, you trigger it. You trigger Solitaire, you trigger anything that tributes itself can trigger the Stardust Trail, which is huge. And once you make a Stardust, you can get it. It's token generator, right? But all these replays is just gonna mean just freestyling and just trying to see what it's capable of, because that's what we want. We want consistency in what is in the card choices that we pick, right? Because we want every card to have synergy, because that's the point of a competitive deck, right? You want to make this competitive to the best it could possibly be, right? Because otherwise it's like, okay, casually, we know we can play this casually because it's fun, but we want to win, we want to play, beat the meta, we want to do all these things. That is what we want to do, right? We want to be like, okay, we want to summon Synchron, Junk Synchron, and have it be significant, right? We want to be able to, okay, once it resolves, and it ensures a certain certainty of sequences that are just gonna be the beginning of your entire combo, which is amazing. It's so exhilarating having all these freestyle capabilities, right? Like being able to have any variation of cards do a particular thing and not just be stopped when you get to a certain part of the combo, right? Look at this guy. Oh my, this is huge because the level 1s are gonna be huge now because this is speeder. Right, and then the level 1s have synergy with the rest of the combo, because the minute you start drawing on Librarian, and the minute you start using Shaman, you start Metal Marcher, you can still utilize them. They're not redundant just because you already used it for the first speeder play. You can make formulas. You can make it lets you be really creative, right? Like it just lets you be like, I don't know. It's just really good. That's the whole point of this particular deck, right? We want to be able to have versatility and consistency with the ceiling high enough to be able to be like, okay, if they stop me here, I could do that. If they do this, I can do that. That's what we want to do. That's the strategy for these particular decks, these hyper sequence decks, which is what I'm a fan of, and I've always been a fan of ever since Leviathan was like banned, man. Oh, that was just a huge thing. And once again, I'm still utilizing Chaos Ruler, because it's like a pot of prosperity in a way, where you filter, you can add a junk or doppel, and then you mill the rest of the cards to the graveyard, and they have some sort of significance, right? In their role, like whether you add it or you mill it, right? Because the gestures are dark, doppels are dark, the new support cards are dark, which is huge. Look at this. Oh man. So I've been testing this all day. I was just testing it, trying to figure out the right build. And then I was like, wait, we've already had a particular build, right? We've utilized the level 1 guys, but we didn't have Stardust Synchron. And that's huge because that gives us access to speeder, right, in itself. So it was hard not to revisit that strategy, right? And the good thing about this is that if it gives you speed, it lets you trigger doppel, which is amazing. Okay, I don't know why this guy's not like gammaing me. Like he made me start, which is was a weird thing as well. It was really weird. Like he made me start. I was like, okay, and then he has gamma, and it's like, I mean, I didn't know he had gamma, but it was prompting me like a response. There was like a delay, so I knew he had a response. But I wasn't sure what was. But that's the thing about these decks. Like people won't know what to interact with because it'll be fairly new to them. So they're like, okay, what do I stop? Do I stop this? No, because it's an aggressive deck, so they're gonna assume that, okay, if I stop this, odds are they're gonna be able to continue, right? So I think that was the thing. Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe he wants to save the gamma for his turn and utilize it for. I'm not too sure. That was weird. But anyways, yeah, you can trigger double with if you open up this, because this can change the level of Stardust Synchron. Because like you attribute something special from grave, and then trigger double, and then you use this engrave, you reduce the Stardust Synchron by 1, and then it becomes level 3, right? And then it lets you trigger double, make your Stardust your junk speeder, which is huge. Yeah, I think he wanted. Yeah, I'm not sure what he was doing. I'm not sure what he was thinking. So I'm not sure what. Yeah, I'm not too sure. But yeah, like the fact that you have more synergy with these guys, right? They have, like, since you normal summon, if this gets interacted with, then you can still have boys on board tribute special because you normal summon, then go speeder again, and then continue from there, which is huge, right? Which is why Chaos Rulers plays a big role now, because it's filter. It lets you mill and it lets you add, which is huge. It lets you add that gesture that you might need to make that marcher, to make that Excel, to make that format, to make that shaman, and then push the fun grave. Which is why I kind of want to play more cards that have like grave effects, because if Chaos Ruler is a primary play, it should I guess we should consider to play things that accommodate that, right? Also, right here, I wanted to ensure that I have a satellite war. Like I said, this is all freestyle. There's no certain line of play here. It's just, there's no like, oh, I want to end on this for sure, this and this and this for sure, because I'm not sure what I'm playing against. So I was like, this should be fine, because I have a monster negate and a spawn trap negate, because I can go into what's his face, into Dragster, or I can have double satellite warrior play. Like he has to get rid of it. He has to mess up the entire establishment to be able to deal with the nuke, which is huge. You'll see right now. I was like, wow, look at this dude. And he draws Cosmic and he does Imperm. I'm like, what the heck? And he just goes into Duality. Duality gives him another final battle. He goes City, flips it. At this point, I'm like, there's no point of me in the game. And right here, I'm not sure why he did it. He flipped it face down, and then I'm like, okay, I just get rid of everything now. I was like, what the heck? That was just insane. And then next turn, I just flipped my Crystal Ring. I didn't have to do anything else. Just flip, attack, game. But playing these is super fun for sure. Like just trying to figure out the proper build, right? Look, this is what I mean. Look at. It still gives you speeder, like, which is huge, right? We want to be able to have this consistently available to us. Although you still risk the chance of them having a particular hand trap, but still you want to beat the consistency of them opening a particular hand trap to you you initiating your what your deck is intended to be doing, right? Which is making speeder. Look at this. This guy makes the Potter average much more live more often. I'll just negate it, because I know that if he has multiple bodies on board, he can just pop and start popping stuff, which is what I want to do. That might have been preemptively a bit too premature, but I was just excited. Just okay, negate, and I have a satellite warrior play, which is huge. The next turn I just have first thing I can do. Look at that. Just pop everything. I thought I had 3 synchros on my grave. That's why I did it. I was like, oh, I guess I didn't have 3 synchros. It's huge. His strike, but like, there's no point. There's no, like, if he uses it, he's dead. So it really doesn't matter at this point. So I'm trying to just establish a Herald and a Dragster to negate both spells and traps, because I'm not sure what he had. I knew he had Scarlet, but I was like, okay, if I just negate, okay, it's dead. It's over. Like, that's it. Like, with this, it's insane. Okay, so this one's not too meta. It's not too much of a, but it's mainly to showcase the capabilities, right? Like legit freestyle. Okay, let's see what this goes. Like that's this one was one of the highlights of, okay, look at what it's capable of. Like, the hand was weird. Yeah, it was like the essence of the luck of the draw, having to draw that particular card to keep going, and look, it just keeps going. Like, this is the perfect example of what I mean of having all the cards to work together in synergy and have synergy as you're sequencing off, right? No matter what you draw, no matter what the board looks like, every card can fulfill a purpose and then help you progress your intentions, right? Look at this. That's a second pot, dude. Look at this. Crystal Wing and a satellite pop, right? Gates it. He has tactics, but I wasn't sure if to take it or not. I would have just I mean I would have to let it go through, cause yeah. Then I just go pop, have him invest and set more cards, you know. So yeah, look at this. Oh my god. This is so fun, man. Just I miss having all these little intricate options you can do, like, dude. Look at this. This is so freaking hype. Oh my dude, this is just the beginning, man. This is just for the first build, and I was like a decent a decent go, because I spent like an entire day testing this thing and finding the right cards, having the right synergy. It might appear like it's straightforward, but let me go ahead and show you the deck list. Here it is. Okay, so I revisited the level 1s, right? The level 1s take a very important part, a very important role, because they can make you your speeder with just Stardust Synchron. Especially you can do it without using your armor summon, which is a big deal, right? So first and foremost, like, the level 1s have synergy with Doppel, which is a big part of its consistency, right? Because like the issue Doppel has is that it's very bound to Junk Synchron, because like otherwise how else you can trigger it? You're not gonna be able to trigger it as easy. But now that we have Stardust Illuminate, it allows us to trigger Doppel more often, because like let's say you can special, use this, send Stardust Synchron, tribute this, special this from grave, right? And then you trigger Doppel, and then this has a secondary effect where you can target a Stardust monster you control and increase or reduce its level by 1. So then you can make this level 3, and then since 2 and 3 is level 5, and you can chain block with Ash, so they need to have Imperm or Veiler or something along those lines to stop the speeder, because once the speeder resolves, you're just going off from there, you know. And then that is your special summon. If they Nibiru you or they interact with you some way, you still have your junk summon, which is the crucial part about this particular build, which is when you want to save your armor summon for junk, because that's like your I guess it's a primary or secondary play, which is the good thing about it. But it's very simplistic. I have not yet explored playing this at a singular copy, because I felt like hard opening these is quite crucial, which is huge, because these two give you your Chaos Ruler, which is if you watch the previous builds, I was utilizing the walkers for that, the Dawn Walker, to make your Chaos Ruler, right? And then filter like dig and mill, and then have grave set up for junk to revive, because like the Chaos Ruler can mill these guys as well, which is a big deal. And then since you're playing this, I had to just incorporate this, because I was playing Croc at first, but like Croc is cool, no, but like having an Omni negate was just, I don't know, I felt like it just was a bit more helpful. Although I do miss Croc, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna end up adding it again. But like for now, I'm really liking Abyss, which is it's really cool. It gives Chaos Ruler a secondary purpose. It's not just doesn't make it redundant. I mean, it's still a beater for the following turn, but like it just gives you another incentive to play it, because you just summon junk, any other one tuner and make it, which is huge, right? And yeah, and unfortunately, as if you guys not noticed by now, I am not playing the Majestic Shooting Star Dragon, because like it's cool, like I like its effect is amazing, same thing as Blazar's effect is, but to make it requires too many things, right? Like of course it is possible to do it with this and arriving, right? Arriving miracle, right? If you, I posted a little clip in Wolfgrounds where I show you how to make it just with this and like this and stuff. Because this will charge this, right? And then trigger this, and then you put the wish, on top, and then you summon Brotor. You know, believe me, I have other builds for that I'm working on at the moment. But for now, I wanted to show you guys just a pure, like, just straight up Synchro high sequence deck that has little to no inconsistencies. Right, because that's what we want to do. We want to be consistent as possible, and I felt like this was the build to do it, because all these cards have synergy with each other. But yeah, dude, there's so many iterations. This is the first build. This is the first one out of many that I've just been testing, because I was grinding all day trying to figure out the right cards. because it's such a nightmare trying to figure out what cards go with each other and what cards don't. Um, but dude, this is super fun. Just go ahead and try it out. Like I said, share your ideas. I'll share mine, and we can just come to an agreement of okay, this is the way we have to play it. Because it's just super fun. Just summoning Gen Synchro, dude. Oh my god, it's just super exciting, dude. If you really wanted to, I was playing Desires at first, but I wanted just to put a like aesthetically pleasing build where it's just 40 flat because a lot of you guys are fixated on 40. So like it just looks odd having a 43 card build, and you know, aesthetically it'll bug some of you. Whereas this is just flat 40, everything just like very simplistic, very straightforward, you know. But you can play Desires because you have a lot of 3 ofs, and you're not gonna banish all these. If you do banish all these, then that's unfortunate. And if you've been banished the one of Cyber Stringer, it's not too much of a big deal. But like the odds of that happening is not likely. But it's just something cool to do. Like look at this. I've seen a bunch of builds already surfacing on YouTube and incorporating these amazing combos. But like I said, that's not my goal. My goal is trying to make this as consistent to be competitively viable, right? Casually, we all know what these decks can do casually for sure. We know we're well aware of that, but we want to be able to have a consistent competitive chance, right? Because who wants to go to an event and win with like a synchro deck? That's oh my god, that's just like. Of course, we have virtual world, but that doesn't count. That's just VFD turbo. Like that doesn't count. Like if virtual world gets like an omni negate or like some sort of interactive synchro, then I'll play that deck because right now it's just basically BFD turbo. It's just it's okay. I don't know. It's not the same, but it's still a synchro deck, which is why I'm kind of inclined to play it, which is something I've considered. But up to now, just VFD turbo. Just no. Whereas this is very different. This is like okay, build the board and just be able to just try to out clever your opponent, which is something I'm a really big fan of. Okay, hang on, this is bugging me. Sec. This is really bugging me. Okay, there we go. That was bugging me. Wait, go ahead and try it out, dude. More videos to come, dudes. Thanks for watching. Oh, like, subscribe if you haven't.